78 of the most difficult FCC Technician License Exam questions, in my opinion. At which of the following frequencies does maximum permissible exposure have the lowest value? Answer: 50 megahertz. What is the FCC Part 97 definition of a beacon? Answer: an amateur station transmitting communications for the purposes of observing propagation or related experimental activities. Which of the following entities recommends transmit-receive channels and other parameters for auxiliary and repeater stations? Answer: volunteer frequency coordinator recognized by local amateurs. Who selects a frequency coordinator? Answer: amateur operators in a local or regional area whose stations are eligible to be repeater or auxiliary stations. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service RACES? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which of the following frequency ranges are available for phone operation by technician licensees? Answer: 28.300 MHz to 28.500 MHz. How may amateurs use the 219 to 220 MHz segment of 1.25 meter band? Answer: fixed digital message forwarding systems only. Which of the following VHF, UHF band segments are limited to CW only? Answer: 50.0 MHz to 50.1 MHz and 144.0 MHz to 144.1 MHz. What is the maximum peak envelope power output for technician class operators in their HF band segments? Answer: 200 watts. Except for some specific restrictions, what is the maximum peak envelope power output for technician class operators using frequencies above 30 MHz? Answer: 1,500 watts. What may happen if the FCC is unable to reach you by email? Answer: revocation of the station license or suspension of the operator license. With which countries are FCC-licensed amateur radio stations prohibited from exchanging communications? Answer: any country whose administration has notified the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, that it objects to such communications. What types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals of other amateur stations? Answer: repeater, auxiliary, or space stations. Who may be the control operator of a station communicating through an amateur satellite or space station? Answer: any amateur allowed to transmit on the satellite uplink frequency. Which of the following is an example of automatic control? Answer: repeater operation. Which of the following is an example of remote control as defined in Part 97? Answer: operating the station over the Internet. When are you required to transmit your assigned call sign? Answer: at least every 10 minutes during and at the end of a communication. Which of the following restrictions apply when a non-licensed person is allowed to speak to a foreign station using a station under the control of a licensed amateur operator? Answer: the foreign station must be in a country with which the U.S. has a third-party agreement. What is the definition of third-party communications? Answer: a message from a control operator to another amateur station control operator on behalf of another person. What is a common repeater frequency offset in the 2-meter band? Answer: plus or minus 1 megahertz. What is a common repeater frequency offset in the 70 centimeters band? Answer: plus or minus 5 megahertz. What is a band plan beyond the privileges established by the FCC? Answer: a voluntary guideline for using different modes or activities within an amateur band. How is a VHF-UHF transceiver's reverse function used? Answer: to listen on a repeater's input frequency. Which of the following could be the reason you are unable to access a repeater whose output you can hear? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which Q signal indicates that you are changing frequency? Answer: QSY. Which of the following are typical duties of a net control station? Answer: call the net to order and direct communications between stations checking in. What is RACES? Answer: an FCC Part 97 amateur radio service for civil defense communications during national emergencies. What is the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, ARIS? Answer: A group of licensed amateurs who have voluntarily registered their qualifications and equipment for communications duty in the public service. What is the effect of fog and rain on signals in the 10-meter and 6-meter bands? Answer: there is little effect. What band is best suited for communicating via meteor scatter? Answer: 6 meters. Which of the following bands may provide long-distance communications via the ionosphere's F region during the peak of the sunspot cycle? Answer: 6 and 10 meters. Which of the following is an appropriate power supply rating for a typical 50-watt output mobile FM transceiver? Answer: 13.8 volts at 12 amperes. Best, since a car mobile battery is 13.8 volts. How are the transceiver audio input and output connected in a station configured to operate using FT8? Answer: to the audio input and output of a computer running WSJTX software. What signals are used in a computer radio interface for digital mode operation? Answer: receive audio, transmit audio, and transmitter keying. Which of the following connections is made between a computer and a transceiver to use computer software when operating digital modes? Answer: computer line in to transceiver speaker connector. Which of the following can be used to enter a transceiver's operating frequency? Answer: the keypad or VFO knob. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal returning to your CQ call seems too high or low? Answer: the RIT or clarifier. What does a DMR code plug contain? Answer: access information for repeaters and talk groups. What is the advantage of having multiple receive bandwidth choices on a multi-mode transceiver? Answer: permits noise or interference reduction by selecting a bandwidth matching the mode. How is a specific group of stations selected on a digital voice transceiver? Answer: by entering the group's identification code. Which of the following receiver filter bandwidths provides the best signal-to-noise ratio for SSB reception? Answer: 2,400 Hz. What is the result of tuning an FM receiver above or below a signal's frequency? Answer: distortion of the signal's audio. What type of current flow is opposed by resistance? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which is equal to 1 million picofarads? Answer: 1 microfarad. Which of the following battery chemistries is rechargeable? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which term describes the ability of a receiver to detect the presence of a signal? Answer: sensitivity. Which term describes the ability of a receiver to discriminate between multiple signals? Answer: selectivity. What device converts the RF input and output of a transceiver to another band? Answer: transverter. What is the function of the SSB/CWFM switch on a VHF power amplifier? Answer: set the amplifier for proper operation in the selected mode. Which of the following can cause radio frequency interference? Answer: all these choices are correct. What should you do if something in a neighbor's home is causing harmful interference to your amateur station? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which of the following is a form of amplitude modulation? Answer: single sideband. What type of modulation is commonly used for VHF packet radio transmissions? Answer: FM or PM. Which type of voice mode is often used for long-distance, weak signal contacts on the VHF and UHF bands? Answer: single sideband, SSB. Which type of modulation is commonly used for VHF and UHF voice repeaters? Answer: FM or PM. What is a characteristic of single sideband, SSB, compared to FM? Answer: SSB signals have narrower bandwidth. What is the approximate bandwidth of a typical single sideband, SSB voice signal? Answer: 3 kHz. What is the approximate bandwidth of a VHF repeater FM voice signal? Answer: between 10 and 15 kHz. What is the approximate bandwidth of AM fast-scan TV transmissions? Answer: about 6 MHz. Which of the following is a disadvantage of FM compared with single sideband? Answer: only one signal can be received at a time. What telemetry information is typically transmitted by satellite beacons? Answer: health and status of the satellite. What mode of transmission is commonly used by amateur radio satellites? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which of the following are inputs to a satellite tracking program? Answer: the Keplerian elements. How is over-the-air access to IRLP nodes accomplished? Answer: by using DTMF signals. What is the Internet Radio Linking Project, IRLP? Answer: a technique to connect amateur radio systems, such as repeaters, via the Internet using Voice over Internet Protocol, VoIP. Which of the following protocols enables an amateur station to transmit through a repeater without using a radio to initiate the transmission? Answer: Echolink. Which of the following is a digital communications mode? Answer: all these choices are correct. What is a talk group on a DMR repeater? Answer: a way for groups of users to share a channel at different times without hearing other users on the channel. What kind of data can be transmitted by APRs? Answer: all these choices are correct. Which of the following is an application of APRs? Answer: providing real-time tactical digital communications in conjunction with a map showing the locations of stations. What does the abbreviation PSK mean? Answer: phase shift keying. Which of the following describes DMR? Answer: a technique for time multiplexing two digital voice signals on a single 12.5 kHz repeater channel. Which of the following operating activities is supported by digital mode software in the WSJTX software suite? Answer: all these choices are correct. What is FT8? Answer: a digital mode capable of low signal-to-noise operation. What is antenna gain? Answer: the increase in signal strength in a specified direction compared to a reference antenna. Which of the following is a source of loss in coaxial feed line? Answer: all these choices are correct. What is the electrical difference between RG58 and RG213 coaxial cable? Answer: RG213 cable has less loss at a given frequency. What is standing wave ratio, SWR? Answer: a measure of how well a load is matched to a transmission line.